beautiful soul. Let's begin by crossing our legs, resting the palm of our hands on our knees, facing up or facing down, and simply inhaling, expanding the pit of the stomach, bringing the breath to the top of the head, and then exhaling, contracting the rib cage, contracting the solar plexus, the stomach, and then inhaling again, simply allowing ourselves to check in, to feel what no longer serves us within, bringing us presently on the mat. Maybe even placing our hands over our heart to send love into that area, into our heart chakra, giving us the time and space that we do deserve in this moment to set an intention. And when you're ready, slowly opening up your eyes, resting the right hand over and reaching to the side with our left hand. When you're ready, rolling our hands around over to the other side, feeling the stretch, feeling the release of the side we're stretching. Maybe even looking up to the arm stretching over, moving in a flow with breath, and bringing both of our palms forward, resting our head, coming back to breath, allowing breath to lead us through this practice. And then coming up into tabletop pose, leaning back into wide child's pose, hugging the earth. And then when you're ready, coming back into tabletop pose, transitioning into a spinal flow, sitting back into child's pose and inhaling, taking a deep breath into upward facing dog, keeping our shoulders back and away from the ears. Exhaling, child's pose at your own pace with each inhale, allowing vertebrae by vertebrae to simply roll like a snake. Meeting back in tabletop, tucking the toes, and let's come into downward facing dog, beginning to walk the dog, so bending one knee at a time, keeping the spine nice and straight, again shoulders away from the ears, and then straightening both legs out to really feel this stretch, allowing the blood flow. This pose is really great for any depression or anxiety, so I highly suggest on a daily basis. Let's bring both of our hands into Ragdoll, grabbing both of our elbows, allowing a soft bend in the knees, maybe shaking or nodding our head, feeling any pops perhaps, rolling the shoulders. I like to do, it feels good. And then inhaling, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, and inhale, lift both of our arms up, maybe a slight bend, bring our hands to heart, and inhale, hands up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale. Let's come into plank and chaturanga, or knees, toes, upward facing dog, and exhaling into downward facing dog. Ensuring our legs are just wide enough where we're able to keep our spine straight, and then stepping or hopping into forward fold, inhaling, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, scooping both of our hands up, bringing all the good and fresh air into our heart center. Bring our hands to our heart. Inhaling. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale into our chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting our right leg up into three-legged downward facing dog. Maybe giving it a nice little bend, keeping our pelvis straight and aligned. And exhaling, placing that right leg right in between both the legs. Reaching both of our hands up into high lunge. Ensuring our knees directly above our foot, and exhaling into warrior two. Imagining creating lines of energy and inhaling into reverse warrior, exhaling, cartwheeling both of our hands, and chaturanga, inhaling upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Now it's time for the other side. Inhaling that left leg, maybe a slight bend. Exhale, and then inhale, bringing that knee right into our chest, placing the foot right between our hands, and inhaling, reaching our hands up to the sky, and then rolling into warrior two, reverse warrior. Exhaling, cartwheeling into our plank, chaturanga, and inhaling upward facing dog. And meeting in downward facing dog. Good job, guys. Inhaling that left leg again. Bring it tight into the chest. And this time we're going to turn to face the side of the mat. As we're grabbing both of our ankles, allowing our head to rest. Keeping our feet turned inwards and inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling. Maybe stretching to one side and then to the other. Option to stay in the forward fold, or if you have experience with inversions, let's try to do a headstand, making sure we don't put much pressure on the head, but more so on the shoulders, aligning both the hands. And then keeping the spine straight, engaging the core. Maybe hopping with one leg or coming right up into headstand. This is your time to play around a little bit. Safely, of course. And when you're ready, let's meet in goddess pose, turning our feet outward, aligning our thighs with the surface of the ground, bringing our mudra to the lotus pose, allowing divine power, and inhaling, straightening our legs, straightening our arms, and let's exhale into our Yogi Squat. One of my favorite poses, releasing within the hips all the traumas and stresses we hold throughout the day. Pressing our hands together, keeping, again, the shoulders straight and back. Exhaling, coming into forward fold, and inhaling into our warrior two, reverse warrior. Exhaling, cartwheeling into our chaturanga, maybe a one-legged chaturanga if you'd like to try it. Exhaling, meeting in downward facing dog, and then hopping. Let's find a seated position into our staff pose, keeping our spine aligned. Inhaling, raising our hands up. Exhaling, bringing our hands either to our knees, our ankles, or if it is within your practice, your feet. Coming back to breath and releasing. Inhaling, halfway lift. Bring our hands to our side and slowly scooting, laying our back vertebrae by vertebrae down on the ground. Inhaling into bridge pose, clasping our hands underneath our back if possible, or just keeping our hands on the ground. Trying to relax the glutes, focusing on where you're feeling your muscles, your body in all of these poses. Lifting our legs up into waterfall pose. Option to also do this against the wall if it is easier. Another pose that's great for blood flow, circulation, and anxiety and depression. And then let's bring our knees into our chest, giving our lumbar spine a nice massage, rolling it to one side and then maybe to the other side for whatever feels good to your body. And clasping both of our fingers around our big toes, coming into baby pose, pressing the hands down and the feet up against the hands. Option to straighten one leg or maybe even to straighten both. Again, playing around. Yoga is all about doing and honoring what your body needs at that time in your own individual body. Let's hug our body into a tight ball, engaging every single muscle, tightening it, and when you're ready, coming into Savasana. Imagining releasing every muscle, relaxing the forehead, the neck, the shoulders, and coming back to your natural breath. Allowing your body to simply melt into the earth, along with anything that no longer serves you. And when you're ready, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, stretching, a nice big stretch, rolling over to your favorite side, and then let's meet right where we started, crossing our legs in seated pose, inhaling, lifting our hands. May you have thoughts of positivity, may you speak words of kindness, and may you give and receive the love that you genuinely deserve. Thank you for joining me in today's practice. Sending my love and light your way, you beautiful, beautiful soul. Namaste.